Yo, welcome in here. This video is on monetizing your hobby 101. If you have a normal job, you have your job and then you have your one hobby. But if you monetize your main hobby, you have your main hobby and you have your side hobby, and that's how your day goes. It's way better if you can pull this off. So, choosing a hobby to monetize. This is important. You probably do multiple things, and it's going to be important to pick one to focus on, to monetize, and it's not so easy because there's a bunch of factors going into which you should pick. Your enjoyment, your skill, your offering, the market itself, how big is it, and the money-making potential, and so on. But in general, it's probably good to have a plan A. As Will Smith says, there's no plan B. It detracts from plan A. On the other hand, Peter Drucker, Harvard Business Review, thinks that it's smart to have a second career. I'm kind of more towards the parallel career thing, so I would suggest putting 80% of your energy into one hobby and 20% into the other one, which could be more for the long term. That way, if something happens with the first one, you at least have something else that you can get up to speed really fast, because over the years, if you put 20% of your time into it consistently, that really adds up. Now, so we'll talk about the two main factors, which is you and the market, in terms of picking a hobby that you want to monetize. And the first one is you. Your enjoyment. It should be fun. This is the whole reason. You should be good at it also. You don't need to be the top 1%, but you should really be in the top 10%. You could maybe be in the top 20%. It's possible. If it's a really big market, you could even be in the top 30%. This is why these two things are really related. You don't necessarily want to be a big fish in a tiny pond if you're the top 1%. If you're in the top 10 or 20, but you're just a shark in the open ocean, that might be a much better bet. So, first thing to consider is your skill, not only your skill, your ability, but your offering, because the way that business and monetization works is people pay you for helping them. So, in what way can you help them through your passion, your hobby, your whatever it is that you're doing? It's something to think about. It's not necessarily your skill and your ability, but your offering through this. So these things are related. The first thing to consider is you, and the second thing to consider is your market. If you've never done market research here, this is basically how it works. Whatever your hobby is, you take a look at what the size of the market is, how many people are in the market, the age of those people in the market, what kind of money these people have, where the money's going, how the money's being spent, who's getting paid, right? You want to look at these things and make a decision based on that of where your skills, your offering might fit in that market. And then you're going to evaluate all your hobbies through this, you and the market, and make a decision of which one you're going to focus 80% of your time in. So, for instance, I'll use my own as an example. I had the options of monetizing either sports or games. I was not so good at sports. I mean, I was good, but I was more in the top 20%, right? Where in games, I was in the top 1%. It just came naturally to me. My skill was there, so it made sense to go in that direction. And specifically in the game of my choice, there's a bunch of games to choose from, right? I did a lot of games, but I ended up picking one, Magic the Gathering, for two reasons. My skill, I was very good at it, and also, very importantly, the market size. There's now 20 million people, mostly white males, 22 to 40, have money. There's money going around. If the market wasn't here, I wouldn't have gone into it like this. And there's lots of ways I can be helpful. Entertaining, educating, selling cards, whatever. Now, on the other hand, with basketball, I'm a top 20% player, and the market is mostly kids, if anything, without money or without very much money. If you look at who's getting paid, it's just a relatively few top pros, there's some coaches, there's some trainers. Definitely possible, and I've kept that going on the 20% just because I found that enjoyable. But the way it ended up working is choose gaming to put 80% of my time into, and it makes 95% of my money, 5% from the sports, but one pays for both, so I get to do both is the thing. The key is focusing and choosing as early as you can, because it's ideally something you've been doing for a long time as well. Choosing a hobby to monetize 101, and this is part of a program that I'm working on, a course. There's going to be plenty of more information available like this, but I'm working on something coherently organized that can benefit anyone. who wants to figure out how to get to that freedom lifestyle, those free living goals. So if you're not already, join the Facebook group. I will accept you below, and sign up for the email list and subscribe to the new channel, and I'll see you around. Free living goals, set them, and we'll help you get there. If you want freedom of lifestyle, super important to be able to monetize your hobby so you can do what you want to do, when you want to do, from where you want to do, for who you want to do, right?